I have more confessions to make. Hey everybody, it's Midnight Persona, and I'm here with I haven't done a dark lip look in a long time, so I really wanted to do something for camera because it's been a while. It's been a while since I've done anything like this. This is still one of my favorite wigs right now because of the mint green and all of that, and it makes me happy. So I thought I would do a little video, something short, something just kind of fun, to talk about beauty brands and stuff. So I am not deep into the beauty community, so I don't know the best brands and things to use, the things that everybody uses, the things that everybody loves and things like that. I don't. However, before I even started getting into makeup and the beauty boxes and learning more stuff about makeup, there was one brand, well technically two brands, but we're talking about the one right now, that I always stuck to and I was always 100% for, and I was gung-ho to always try their new products, and every time they came out with a new palette, I always wanted it. And that brand is BHCosmetics. This is one of the very first palettes I've ever gotten. It was given to me by my sister-in-law, or stepsister, sorry. My stepsister, which is the 120 color palette by BHCosmetics. It was something she got for me because she was like, well, you do a lot of cosplay and you'll need different colors and things like that, so I'm gonna get this for you for Christmas. As you can see, it's pretty used up. I used a lot of this palette, and especially as you can see the red. It was one of those palettes that when I did face paint or anything like that, I always went to this because it had all my colors and it was easy to travel with. But this was a palette that I love so much, and I'll always go back to it when I need it for certain things. I've gotten to the point now that I may be a little obsessive with just the collection of BHCosmetics, because these are all of my eyeshadow palettes. These are all the ones that are specifically from BHCosmetics. It's a lot, I know, and I know they have more, and I haven't gotten to a lot of them yet, but I try to buy something anytime something's on sale, and I try to be careful about my spending because I really shouldn't be spending all that much money on eyeshadow palettes when I already kind of have all the colors I need, technically. So this one is actually my mother's. She stopped using a lot of makeup, so she handed this one down to me. She used really only one color in here. As you can see what that one color may be. She used the heck out of it, that there's none of it left. But I haven't really used this palette a lot, only because it was recently gifted to me, so I haven't really had the time to sit down and really use it. But it's the BH Party Girl, and it's limited edition, so I really liked it and I really wanted that. A palette that I sought after when I first started getting into BHCosmetics stuff was something called Zodiac. Only reason I was really into getting this is because of the fact that I love the zodiac signs and horoscopes and things like that. Now, I don't live by it. I'm really fascinated by the prediction of through stars and constellations and other things like that. I always find it super fascinating to read about other people's horoscopes and the connection and how people might be connected to another person and all things like that. So I really love the fact that they had a zodiac one which had a connection to each one of the horoscopes. And this one right here is Scorpio, which what I am. And it's mostly kind of a neutral browns for me, but I know it's probably supposed to be the dark, sultry kind of thing. Scorpios are always known for being super sultry and dark and all that stuff. I don't see it because I'm not, but nonetheless, I really love all the colors that they have to represent each horoscope. So I really wanted this, and it recently was on sale, so I grabbed it. So yeah, I really like this palette, and and a lot of theirs, they come with little mirrors. A lot of them come with mirrors, which is even nicer, so when you're out and about at a con, you just flip that open and be like, yep, I'm doing my makeup now. I'm a mirror, you know? I don't just have I have mostly eyeshadow palettes, but I have recently acquired this shadows and blushes palette. It was on sale for like $4, so I was like, yeah, okay. And I have more blushes I can play around with. I currently use this blush right here on my face now. It's hard to see because my room is dark and horrible and the lighting's terrible, so I'm still working on it. I'm sorry. I'll do my best to fix it. I can even try to lighten it up later, but either way, this is the one that I used for my face today, and I think I used this a little bit as a highlighter on my cheeks, but I rubbed it out. So this is a fun one. I haven't played with a lot yet, but I really do love it. Next is the new palette that I got very recently, and most of it's actually on my eyes. I'm not the best at creating fun designs and stuff, but this is the palette I use mostly for my eyes. It's supposed to be like a mint green to pink-ish to match my shirt and my hair. So this palette recently got launched. Recently I ordered it and they sent me some foundation rather than sending me the eye brushes that went with it, but the eye brushes are coming in the mail, so they'll be here soon. But I've recently ordered the Take Me Back to Brazil palette along with the Take Me Back to Brazil Rio palette. Now, this one was limited edition, Rio edition kind of thing, and it was a whole set that was supposed to match this one because this comes with a lot of matted colors. Most of the colors are all matted and there's a few shimmers, but not a lot of shimmers. So they released a Rio edition, which came with purely all shimmers to go along with the mattes. So I really wanted it because it matched, and they both came with mirrors, and they both were really nice, and I really, really, really like this set. It's really pretty and it's wonderful, and since I have a problem with being obsessed with BHCosmetics currently, I had to get it. Next is, I know there's another palette to go along with this. I think there's 2 other palettes, but I recently got Wild Child because I really like the case cover, and I really like the way it looked, and these are all the colors that come with it. It's another one that comes with a mirror. Mostly almost all BHCosmetics palettes come with mirrors, but I really like this, the colors that came with it, and I thought this would be a fun, easy to travel with kind of one. I hope to get a different one or the rest of them that come with it to continue the collection, because I have a problem. I like to collect all of the BHCosmetics eyeshadows, even though I'm not sponsored, no one's paying me, no one's telling me that I should say nice things about BHCosmetics. I just really enjoy them. And last but not least is my absolute favorite palette from BHCosmetics. There are 4 that go with it, and I had to get the last one immediately when it came out. But I'll start with the first one that I bought in this, which is Galaxy Chic. Now, fun fact, the text for this recently changed. It doesn't quite look like the cursive text anymore. It's more of a bold kind of text, but I got this before they changed the text, and I really, really love this one. It's really fun. They have different shadows that are named after planets and things like that. There's Sun, Jupiter, Prometheus, Aphrodite, Milky Way. There's a bunch of fun different names and colors in here. Plus they like marbled some of them, which look really, really, really fun. This was the first one I ever got a part of this set. The next one I got was Supernova. Supernova came with a lot of darker colors. Still kind of shimmery, but they're all darker colors. None of these are matte. They're all shimmers, but there's a lot more dark ones, and this one is more based off of the horoscope. There is Leo, Scorpio, Gemini, Pisces, then there's some like Phoenix, Pegasus, you know, so these are really fun colors as well, and they're darker. So I use this palette a lot more due to the fact that I'll use a darker kind of eyeshadow, smoky eye with these more often than not. Very next one, and I got these both around the same time, the very next one I got was Solar Flare. And Solar Flare was really, really fun. And I bought this online rather than buying it, because I bought a lot of the rest of them at, I don't remember the store, Charming Charlie's I think. But I bought the rest of them there, and this one is full of mostly warmer colors. They're warmer because Solar Flare. So it's more yellows and reds and oranges, and this is useful when I'm trying to do more of a simplistic look, more of a natural look. I use this or bold, because I use the golds and stuff for bolder, you know, bigger things, but I use a lot of the darker colors for just kind of to go with the smoky kind of look. But these were really nice, and a lot of these are obviously named after like sun things, you know. There's beam, sun ray, heat, wavelength, fireball, anti-gravity, you know, things like that. And I really like these because they're really cute. And the very last palette I got is Aurora Lights. This is my favorite shimmer out of the entire set because all the colors are so like just bam. They're bright and they're like there and they're wonderful, and I use this palette as much as I possibly can with some of my cosplays. If they're bright and popping cosplays, I'll use this one. And the shimmers are so nice. The one complaint I actually have about all of these palettes is there's fallout, but there's not like a crap ton of fallout, depending on how hard you dig your brush into, because you really only need a little bit. But I love this palette, and I think the thing that BHCosmetics has over me is that it has a lot of shimmers that involve galaxy, you know. There is actually one other palette that I have, but now that I think on it, I have no idea what happened to it. I think it's the Carly, I think it's called Carly. It's CB, it's something CB, but I don't remember. If anything, I can post it up later or tell you guys about it later. But the that one is one that's more neutral browns and everything like that, and I didn't use it as much as I should have, but that was something that I have, and I think it's away in storage now actually, but I'm not 100% sure because I haven't seen it in a very, very long time. But as you can see, I have a small obsession with getting things from BHCosmetics, and I know it's kind of one of those situations of why when they're probably a cheap brand, or why because they're probably not the best there is to have. And I know there are better brands out there probably, I don't know. I like BHCosmetics a lot because they're inexpensive. It's like 10 bucks, 15 bucks per palette, and I get a lot of colors and they work for me, you know. I need to get more like better eye primers and things like that and learn how to use the shadows a lot better, but I think it's a wonderful, wonderful brand. And like I said, I'm not sponsors, but hey, BHCosmetics, if you see this and you want to, like, you know, I'd love that. So either way, I just wanted to talk about my little collection of BHCosmetics palettes and talk about how much I really love them. And to me, they work very well for my cosplay. This is even when they're subtle, it's still something really lightly to go along with it. And it's inexpensive for a cosplayer who's like, I don't have time to spend $50 on an Anastasia palette. I'm sorry, it's too expensive to me. So I just grab a $15 palette, which I use for all of my cosplays. They work for almost everything. And then if you can't afford, like, if you can't get one of these because you're like, hey, these are too bold, I can't use that for cosplay, there's the 120 eyeshadow palette, which has all the colors and neutrals that you can think of. So I really love BHCosmetics. They to me, they cater to the girl who doesn't have a lot of money to spend on, you know, all of these really popular and big brands. But that's just me. Either way, why don't you, since you're here and you've gotten this far in the video, why don't you comment below what your favorite makeup brand is, or your favorite, or if you like BHCosmetics like me, what is your favorite palette from them? What is the one palette that you enjoy the most? What looks have you used it on, or cosplay in that matter? I've used these for all my cosplays, so I can't really give you a specific cosplay that I use them for. But comment down below. I want to hear from you. I want you to get a part of the conversation. I want to talk to you. So tell me what your favorite brand is, your, you know, favorite palette is, and what cosplays you use them on the most. So join part of the conversation. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, if you like me, subscribe and hit the bell notification if you want to hear more stuff from me. But outside of that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching and learning more about my obsessions that you didn't necessarily have to sit through. But thank you guys so much, and bye!